So what I wanted to do with today's video is talk about the Revo K101. This is a aftermarket Game Boy Advance kind of device that can do a lot of things. There's official support for Game Boy Advance cartridges and also a K-cart that uses a micro SD card to play ROMs. The K-cart that's included allows you to put ROMs on an SD card, slide it in the K-cart, and put it into the aftermarket Game Boy Advance, the Revo K101, and it allows you to play ROMs on it. Reminds me greatly of a Game Boy Micro scaled up much higher. But is this product worth over $100? That's a good question. For me personally, a lover of the Game Boy Advance, absolutely. And the technical specifications support that it is a decent system without a question. Way better than when the Game Boy Advance came out. It's crystal clear, looks really nice graphically speaking. The sound is alright at best, but with the headphone jack, you can get stereo type sound out of it, and it feels good to play it. And with the ability to carry an entire library of Game Boy Advance games with you within the K-cart, it's really worth getting for me personally. I was sent this by the creators. I had to pay $40 shipping, so this isn't an entirely sponsored video, though I didn't have to pay $100 for the system. With all that said, it does come with some unique features. Unless you had a GameCube with the Game Boy Advance player, you would not be able to play your Game Boy Advance games on the screen. And even then, you would be pretty limited in functionality and how they appeared and things like that. With this, there's a cord that you can plug in. The problem is that scaling up a Game Boy Advance game to look good on the TV, whether it's an official Nintendo product or an aftermarket product, will never look good and will sound even worse. And this one is not that great. So if you're buying this just to play it on a TV, I would strongly suggest that you pass on that. And it might look bad on my TV. I had a problem with it personally looking very washed out for whatever reason, and I don't particularly think that reflects the Revo K101 itself. I think that reflects trying to blow it up with one video source and one audio source being outputted into the TV. Of course, it's not going to look as good as something like HDMI or even component. So to say the least, you're just going to have to deal with the way it looks on the TV if that's what you're buying it for. More than likely, most people are going to buy it to take it with them. The system comes with a mini USB cable to charge it with, which is more conventional than the proprietary charging solutions that Nintendo offers with things like the Game Boy Advance SP, and it allows you to play pirated cartridges, things that aren't official, but it does have unofficial Game Boy Advance link cable support, so you can plug it in and you can trade between systems and it will work. It's a pretty decent little handy system to use, and while many people have reviewed it and looked at it, for me personally, I think it's one of the best things that you can purchase. It's really a perspective on what you personally want. For $100, I would say being able to take an entire library of Game Boy Advance games with you anywhere and being able to play them with a solid frame rate of 60 FPS, yeah, pretty nice. With a rechargeable battery included, even better than the original Game Boy Advance. You can play whatever you want on it. Games that haven't even been released here in the States, or games that just never were released. You could download them and you could play them as long as it works on this system. The system has been tested with certain Game Boy Color ROMs and original Game Boy ROMs, and they too work, but I would say that if you're going to try any other type of ROMs, like anything else, it's not meant for that specifically. This is really a Game Boy Advance aftermarket system, and probably one of the most solid and best systems I've ever had in my life. With all that said, should you buy this? Well, it really does come down to your wallet and what you want to get out of it. Would you like a system that you could take with you and play multiple games on? Because there's plenty of Game Boy Advance games that'll take you hours to clear. So if you were a soldier, someone who traveled in the car a lot, maybe you're going to be taking summer trips, or maybe you're in school and you really don't want to take a big computer with you, you take a laptop and this game system right here, you're good to go for the rest of your time in college or several months wherever you're going to be. This will provide you with loads of entertainment if you know exactly what to do and where to get the ROMs. Now, I do not advocate for piracy, so if you are going to download a ROM, make sure that the company itself can no longer make money off of that game. Despite what copyrights may exist, you can have that argument all day long. The point of this system is to allow you to play ROMs on it. And if you feel very guilty about playing games that you've never purchased, if they're for sale in some way, shape, and form where the company can make money off of it, just go buy the product. And if you've already bought it, you shouldn't feel bad. With that said, playing these games on this system was a great joy for me. I really enjoyed how bright the LCD LCD screen was, and it took me back in the day with the adjustable volume knob. It was just a really fun time for me personally, and my daughter absolutely loved it too. It has decent resolution, decent clarity, decent sound, and pretty much everything you could want out of an aftermarket Game Boy Advance system. So if you go on eBay and you find some other systems, maybe you would consider looking at this one. The Revo K101 is definitely a decent pickup if you're a retro Game Boy enthusiast. With all that said, you guys have yourselves a great day. I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and please like and share this with everyone there is. Once again, thanks for watching.